There are 10 engines behind me, all in steam. This is the Newport Railway Workshops Open Days 2022, and this is railtour. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm actually not sure. Why did I pick this name? Every 2 years, over a long weekend, the Newport Workshops Open Days takes place, showcasing the existence of this historic facility, the organisation's based here, and the work they do to preserve and operate our mainline railway heritage. It attracts thousands of people from Melbourne and abroad. Families and of course railway aficionados come along to enjoy the sights and sounds of many examples of living history. This year, there are 10 of them in steam, making it the largest gathering of working steam locomotives in Australia. The event is organised by Newport's largest tenant, Heritage Society and mainline rail tour operator Steamrail Victoria. This YouTube channel, railtour, has been invited to attend this long weekend to cover this event, going behind the scenes and fence signs, to share the many stories that take place here, stories of history, achievement and triumph over adversity, as well as the odd bit of fun.
I think our biggest goal for this whole event is really focusing on the Newport Railway Workshops, and if we can make so many more people aware that we are here and all the things that we do on this site. The fact that you can walk around and see carriages getting lifted, you can see where carriages are restored, you can see all the steam locomotives and where they're repaired, you can see all that stuff. So it's about showing people, it's the awareness of the Newport Workshops is the message that we're trying to deliver.
The Open Days is like an air show. However, steam trains are the star of the event. Anything and everything representing Steamrail and the many other rail heritage societies present at this event are all out for display to the public. Like an air show, the trains strut their stuff to the crowds with regular demonstration run-bys. With 10 steam locomotives alive for the event, it is also quite a logistical challenge.
Well, this weekend we've sort of broken records again with Puffing Billy coming to the party. We've got 10 locos actually in steam, 9 broad gauge locos, and each of those broad gauge locos will go through 4 to 5 tonne of coal over the weekend, over the 3 days, plus the preparation day on Friday. So you multiply, so we'll say 4 tonnes by 9 locos.
It's an early start for all the volunteers as they hastily prepare to execute 2 years worth of organisation and planning. Meanwhile at the gate, the queue of thousands eagerly make their way in to open this year's event. A lot has changed in the world since the last Open Days in 2020.
Vaccination status, please, if that's possible. Perfect.
The Newport Railway Workshops are a historically significant facility dating back 130 years. The legacy continues on to this day.
Well, the history of Newport goes right back to the 1860s, and when the Victorian Railways was first being set up, the workshop started to be built at Spotswood. It outgrew that, then they moved the buildings here to Newport, and then it gradually built over a period of years. All the brick buildings you see at the front and the facade and the clock tower were built first. As the railway was growing very quickly, they soon found that they outgrew that, so that the extensions to the back of those sheds were built in the late 1800s and early 1900s. The building itself, and they virtually did everything. They made steam engines, carriages, they milled their own wood, they produced all their own metal products and so forth. A lot of iconic steam locos were built here, and I guess like all things they have their time, and gradually the workshops, with the change of technology in diesels, some of those facilities weren't required, so it gradually started to wind down.
Aside from Steamrail Victoria, Newport is also home to two other mainline rail tour operators as well, them being DERMPAV, the Diesel Electric Rail Motor Preservation Association of Victoria, and 707 Operations, who operate mainline tours with their own Hudson R-Class locomotive R707.
So we're a mainline heritage group. We're also a travelling museum, so all of our stuff. This car is actually one of our newest, and it's 52 years old this year, so it's having a good life. But we specialise in overnight slow sleeping car journeys, so we go all across Victoria, and so this is the main hub of the train when it goes along, and we've got a number of different sleeping cars ranging from about 99 years old to about 60 years old, so it's a good range of stuff. We try and offer a really interesting product for our customers when we go on trips. So we're just having a bit of a display on what we've got. So we're in here in the club car. We're just selling a range of different drinks, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, coffee, teas, scones, and a bit of food as well. Just to sort of offer a bit of what goes on our tours. And then in the shed we're doing some workshop tours so people can see what we're doing, what's going on, stuff like that.
DERMPAV is an organisation that is around to preserve these rail cars. They come from the early 1930s. 1927 actually was the first one of these they built, and our role is to make sure that these are still on the tracks for future generations to be able to experience, to see how things used to be in the old days, how you used to travel when this was public transport. The base here in Newport is very significant. This workshop goes right back to almost the start of the railways, and this is where all our trains in Victoria were made. Everything was made. This rail car we're sitting in now was actually made here. It's an American machine built under licence by the Australians here at Newport Workshops. All our steam locomotives, we built lots of steam locomotives. In the wartime we built planes and things here as well. So this has got a very big history of manufacturing, and especially in the rail industry.
Not only are DERMPAV displaying their rail motor vehicle, they have one of the most important roles of this entire weekend, catering the Australian barbecue sausage sizzle lunch to the masses.
Sausage sizzle is, you get the sausages, put them on the barbecue, cook them all up, put them in some bread with a bit of onion and some sauce, and that's your sausage sizzle. So yeah, and everybody loves it. It's quick, it's easy, it's tasty. So yeah, it's beautiful.
A keynote guest to this weekend is a visit by this extremely rare operational locomotive, Climax 1694, from the Puffing Billy Railway, which had to be trucked in from its museum home at Emerald. It was built as a kit by the Climax Manufacturing Company in Pennsylvania, before being imported and assembled here at Newport Workshops in 1928. 1694 has unique cylinders that connect to a central cross shaft, which power the driving wheels via universal joints and bevel gears. These locomotive types operated on many narrow gauge forest railways in Victoria, on rough clandestine track that were steeply graded and with sharp curves. Think of this locomotive as almost equivalent to a slow off-road pickup truck.
It's unique to Victoria. There were only two ever brought out to Australia. One only ever made in 2'6", and the other one was made in 3'6", which was taken over to Tasmania. So it's a very rare locomotive. It was built for the Forestries Commission to haul timber out of the Tyers Valley up to the narrow gauge line of Walhalla.
The transfer of locomotives between events with trucks or lorries is not a common occurrence, unlike how regular this is over in the UK for their many galas. This is simply because of the logistics involved and the sparse nature and long distances between locations in Australia. Thankfully, this locomotive only has to travel 65 kilometres or 40 miles.
It was a bit of a logistical nightmare, but we got there eventually. There are a few challenges. We built a ramp up at Emerald Station to get it on the truck. It was very simple to put it on the truck, but the actual logistics of making sure it all went smoothly was a bit interesting, but all in all it was a good result. We're very happy to have it here on site for the first time, Puffing Billy's first ever involvement in the Steamrail Open Day weekends. So no, we're very happy to have it here. As you can see, we built a panel of track on it to just roll it straight on. Membreys Crane and Transport Hire brought it down here for us. They've been a great support for the railway in helping us out with transport and crane needs for various projects along the railway.
So what's happening here is on every day of the open days here at Newport Workshops, they've been doing photo lineups of a similar class of locomotive. Being the centenary of the K-class locomotive, every day they've had the lineup of all 4 operating K-class locomotives. So 100 or 153, 183, 163 and 190. So they've been doing this every day, and fair to say this is the highlight of the weekend. And it's not just the photo lineups that they do. So, after that pretty immense foam fest, face it, there's a lot of foam going on there, they're now attaching all the K-class locomotives all at the front of the train, the freight train consist, to form a quadruple header. 4 steam locomotives all on the front of the train. This is going to be a very, very good sight to see.
We're hoping this video has got you very excited and aware of this spectacular event that happens every 2 years here in Melbourne, Australia. To book tickets and find out more information, visit the Steamrail Victoria website. Link is in the description below, and also check out my friend Will James, who has made the official promotional video for this upcoming event happening very soon. That has all the details in there, link also in the description below. Be sure to check out my previous videos here, and if you enjoyed watching, I invite you to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more highly produced content like this. Thank you and good day.